This was the damage that James did. So how bad is this? Will that just polish out?
I simply drove it into the door.
Somewhere along there's a little bit of a scuff as well.
Quite a big ding in that one. So I backed over one of the helpful rocks on the driveway.
Andrew, James May has given us his car and he's battered it. You've had a look round it. Is there anything in particular that's nastier than most? That's a fair old gouge.
I don't like the back bumper bit.
Yeah, that snaggy bit.
Ripped out, so that needs sorting out. There's a nasty groove in the wheel arch. There's nothing under the front bumper, which is really good.
Okay, and have you ever worked on a Tesla before? It's not really the smallest cog game, is it?
I've driven one, I've never actually worked on one. No, no, and luckily it's not the pearl white version, because they're terrible to paint.
I'm interested to see what you think of the paint when you start sanding it back, because I mean, they've not got the best reputation in the world.
No, they're supposed to be really thin on the paint, aren't they? Really thin.
But I guess if you're going to scrape something, you want the paint to be crap. You don't want to scrape your really nicely painted car, do you?
If there's more paint on it, if you scrape it, there's a chance you can polish it out through the layers. But if there's no paint, you don't get polishing. So there's a little scratch on the back wheel arch, which I think will come out. But if there's not much lacquer on it, it won't, which means I then got to paint the rear quarter as well. But we'll see when we get there.
Okay. Where would you like to start?
By the kettle.
Let's start at the back.
Yeah, we'll have a look at the back.
Andrew, gouge number 1 and 2. What are we doing with this?
First of all, we're going to give it a clean, because
I've already given this car
whoever washed it. Have you seen under there?
Oh.
Go on then. Give it a good wipe.
Giving it a good wipe. Sorry, detailers and bodywork people. Andrew made me do it.
The problem is, the cleaner the job, the easier it is, isn't it?
Look,
oh yeah, there's nothing there, is there? Oh, here you are, Mr. May. Here's your clean car back. I'll tell you what though, it's stuck on there fair, isn't it? Oh, look at that.
I don't quite get what's happening. There's definitely a transition in James May's life.
Yeah.
Because he loves having things as clean as possible, really fastidious. Yeah. But this thing, he crashes it and he leaves it incredibly dirty. Like, how dirty was this when it first turned up? We've cleaned it outside.
Yeah. I've spotted something really terrible.
Okay.
Would you like to see it?
Yeah, sure.
Open the boot.
What have you found?
I've refused to touch this.
Oh no.
Sorry, James, I just can't do it. I can't touch it.
What?
Open the boot.
I'm scared.
I think we need a bomb disposal unit in here to sort this out.
I mean, it's already, that is dirtier than I would have expected.
Has he got a dog?
James's boot to be. He doesn't. He has cats.
Oh, right, that's his hair then.
That is one of his hairs, definitely.
Excellent. Okay.
Right, where am I looking?
Open her up. Prepare to be very shocked. Charge cable.
Yeah,
Spot
that's
anything
all normal.
else? Have a good look.
Oh, there is. Oh no.
That's some cheese and butter mix.
Yeah. Of all foodstuffs to not forget to leave in your car, that is one of them.
Yeah, but
I'm actually scared to touch that.
What's great?
Shall we reveal it?
Can't see it down through there. Look.
What is that?
I don't want to touch it. But it's escaped and gone under the middle, isn't it? And careful that doesn't explode, because if it does, that'll be the end of today. Oh. Oh.
It's something that should be white, but is now black. Oh my God.
Fair play to him though. Oh, and he's gone for the full semi-skimmed.
I'm actually quite ill. Look at that.
I don't want to look at it.
How?
I
just got a whiff. It must be cracked in some way. That is emitting a smell. My God.
That is rank.
How much would I need to pay you just to take a little sip?
I'll give you £1,000 cash if you can neck that.
24th of December. Christmas Eve. So he went out, needed to get some milk for whatever little Christmas do he was having.
Yeah, but why is there only that much left?
Oh God, I'm genuinely close to gagging.
That's right, give it a shake.
Do you want to just... Just give it, see how there's a little crack there? Just give it a little whip.
No, I can't.
Just a little.
Get it away. No, it's horrible.
Hell. No, I don't trust you with it. I do not trust you with this. If anyone would like an artifact from James May's career, oh God. If you get it within 2 feet, you smell it.
So bad.
Shall I put this?
That bit's
Shall I put
moving
this
in the bottom.
in the reception?
Yeah, Sophie would like that. Right, what we're doing, see this big gauge here?
Yeah, that's the worst thing on the car in my
I wonder
opinion.
how we did that then.
Right.
Head bent. Right, so what we're going to do.
Let me loose.
Do not go over that bit. I'm going to try and keep the paint as original as I can, so I don't want to spray it all.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and do just that lip.
Okay.
Because there's a nice line right around there, look. That we might be able to do it. We might not.
So I'm going to avoid that. And
avoid
just
that.
keep
Well,
it
what I'll do,
on
I'll
here.
put some tape around there because you can't be trusted with a sander, as we all know.
I mean, you have to treat me as a complete amateur.
I do.
Right, that's enough taping.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm only going from there to there.
Come on then.
Right. So just like on the edge like that.
Yeah, that's your throttle.
That's my throttle. How should I hold it? Like that?
So I get that's a palm. It's a
one of
palm
those.
sander.
And you sort of.
Right, so you hold it like that. And I've turned you right down. Aluminum alloy.
I can do that.
Go on then.
Where was your other hand? Here.
Yeah, you got it. Can I go and have a cup of tea when you do that then?
If you trust me.
No, I don't.
Do you trust me to do it more than Hammond?
I'll be honest, Hammond's pretty good.
So that's a no then.
You remember Les's Riley?
Yes.
Hammond sprayed that.
Fair play. Well, I sprayed his truck.
Yeah, but I didn't have to hold his hand though. He just went in there, bang, and it was done. I just stood with him and gave him a little bit of advice.
A bit more down here.
I don't think he needs it. You can go a little bit there if you want.
Okay.
If you
and
feel
then
it,
after this, do you trust me to do the same at the back?
No,
No.
no, I've done the back.
You sorted it.
Yeah.
Well, what else can I use this on?
That bumper.
Okay. Well, yes, that's an interesting bit. We'll get to that later. Anyway, let me finish this.
Just a little bit more there.
Andrew, something I find a bit puzzling is James May crashes his car into my MGZ TT. Do you remember that?
I
The
do
nice
remember.
green one. You did my nice white wheels. And yet, we are fixing both of them.
Yeah, well that happens, doesn't it?
It's this scar here. So that will have DNA of my MG in it somewhere.
Can't see no rust coming in it.
Yeah, it's preserved all right, isn't it?
All right, yeah,
but
lovely.
when you see that, is that, can you see how thin the paint is there?
Difficult. I don't think there's as much paint on this as there would be on like another make of car.
Because I feel like the MG fared a lot better than this did. That took a bit of a hammering. Well, if you remember the MG, it was just a few streaks on it.
Yeah, it was perfect, wasn't it? It was. The MG's probably got about 10 layers of paint on it, hasn't
Well,
it?
that's what you want.
Probably been painted about 15
Lathered
times.
on there. Okay, so I've started. It's getting much smoother, but you'll do a proper job now.
Yeah, it'd be done. What did you do with that milk?
Andrew, you've beautifully demonstrated Scotch padding at the front there. What are we doing here? Why are we essentially roughing up the paint?
Right, what you got, if you tried spraying over, say that shiny paint, your paint ain't gonna stick, is it? Because you're trying to paint onto a shiny surface. What this does, it just doles it off, so it's just keying it up.
So it almost like makes it not, tacky is not the right word, but
no, just if you looked at it under a microscope, you'd see that it's got scratches in it which grips the paint when you put it on.
Yeah.
But it's like when you've got like a repair, like that repair there, see there was a little dent, so we put some filler in.
Yep.
But what people don't realise, that filler is that big, isn't it?
Yep.
So as a rule, your primer will be double that now, so the primer will come to say there, and then the paint will double again. So the paint will come to there.
So it's just like a
so
radius.
it keeps growing. So if you've got a small dent that big, you fill it, then your primer becomes that big, then your paint becomes that big, then your lacquer becomes that big. So a small dent makes a massive job sometimes.
So that's why, despite just this, we're Scotch padding basically the entire bumper.
Yeah, because you'll lose it, you'll lacquer it out. So, like I said, it'll be primer, paint, then a bit of lacquer.
It's one of those situations where the car looks a hell of a lot worse to then look a hell of a lot better.
It does.
I've always wondered how this room works. I've seen all these little twisty things going and it all looks amazing.
Stirrers, they are,
it's like an invention going on here.
You stir the paint.
Okay, so you've got a paint code.
I've got the paint code
for
off
James's Tesla. How do you create the exact colour?
Right, so those little WT numbers there, they're the tinters, which correspond to those there.
Okay.
Right, so I've decided to mix up 0.2 of a litre.
So can you make up any colour you want using just these
Just
colours?
about, yeah. Yeah, it's very rare you get caught out.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool, isn't it? But yeah, so we're going to mix this up. These are all the different colours now, look.
Yep.
So special Schwartz there, look.
So have you put in the paint code and it's told you need all of these?
Yep. The paint code is in, the weight is there, so you do it by grams, look. So you're going to just build the grams, so you zeroed the scales. So the first one we need is WT385. So you need to find that for me. WT385. Look at that.
Beautiful.
T385.
It's a big old tin, that.
It is a good one, isn't it?
Right, let's see it. So you're going to put 70.17 grams of that. Oh, wow. There goes a gram.
Do you want to have a go?
I feel like I'll over splurge it.
So
I want this 1.7, by the way.
You can't have 1.7. You'll have
So
one.
are you going to go more or less? Is it 70.1 or 70.2?
70.1 it will be.
That's interesting, your mindset there. You always just go that bit less. Oh, we're dripping now. Oh, look at that.
Come on,
He's
son.
waiting for his 0.1. Go on, Andy. Oh, he's
see?
overdone it!
No, wait.
That's gone too far.
No.
There's been evaporation. That's now 70 on the dot. Go on, get some drippage in there. Go on.
Do you want me to go over, do you?
Just a little drip.
This is James's car. If the colour's wrong, he's
watch
not,
yourself.
He's not going to be happy.
Oh, look at that.
You know I'm going to blame you.
Oh, that's just on the edge.
It's great, isn't it?
That's your point. Oh! In it goes.
Are you
That was
happy?
beautiful. 70.1 on the dot.
It's good, isn't it?
Let me put this
Let's
away.
have the next one.
I'm very impressed.
WT370.
WT370. Andrew, happy with how the paint's gone on the Tesla?
Very happy. Yeah, it's come out well. Just wants a bit of a light buff up now and a polish. There's a few little bits gone in it. There's one there, look. And a couple there, it'll come out and I'll polish it. Back bumper's pretty clean. Yeah, I'm really happy with it.
We have bought you a little gadget.
A new toy.
Because I guess there's an assumption that the quality on this Tesla is not going to be fantastic. And therefore, I would imagine that the paint would be really thin. So now that you've painted that yourself, reveal your little gadget. It is a thickness gauge.
You are wrong, because I have tested this.
Okay.
And I tested it on my Volkswagen.
So are we about to debunk that Teslas are actually painted really nicely?
I think it's just the build quality that's just a bit terrible on them.
Sure.
I think they got the same amount of paint as a normal car. Like, I could put this on here now.
So this is a bit you haven't painted.
So that's showing 165, which is about the same as on my Volkswagen. So.
Okay. And on the bit you've just painted?
On the bit, oh, you want to see that, do you? The bit I've just painted, 138.
Okay.
But it'll vary all over the car, so if I do the top of the wing, 161. 140.
Is there a bit on the car that will naturally have less paint? Like people will have just skimmed on a bit, like the wing mirrors or something?
Well, it shouldn't do, no. I don't think it'll pick up on the wing mirror because they're plastic.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's only metal.
But it's only for metal.
Tesla quality, debunked.
I think it's just the... Can I keep this?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much.
You can test all of Richard's cars, see how much filler's in them.
Don't want to do that.
Right, so you're going to crack on and give this car a nice polish now?
A little bit of polish. I'll have to go and get the mop. Shouldn't really do it in here, but we're a bit tight on space today, so it doesn't want much polishing, so I'll just do it in here.
Lucky James. All of the work we do on Richard's cars and the odd bit of TLC we do on James's stuff would not be possible without you guys watching and subscribing, and also our channel sponsors. And today's video is sponsored by Liqui Moly. We have used Liqui Moly's products, their lubricants and additives, in almost every project car we've had on the channel. And more recently, you may have seen us using their group of car care products. But these here are products I barely knew existed. These are EV-specific lubricants. Liqui Moly makes EV brake fluid, battery coolant, fuel cell coolant, and gear oil for EV drive components. These fluids are designed with low conductivity in mind, as well as being engineered to deal with the high amount of heat energy created by EVs. In a car like James's Model S, heat dissipation is key, especially when he's giving it the full lick on the country roads around the Royal Oak. These fluids also boast excellent corrosion protection to keep their systems running efficiently, even as an electric vehicle gets older and older. Isaac has already been over the car giving it some much needed TLC, so not only will it look good when I give it back, it will also go good. So if you want to see what products Liqui Moly makes for your car, click the link in the description below or in the top comment and get browsing. I don't want this video to become a bit of an expose on James May, but you know how he gives off that whole thing of being really fastidious and really particular and tidy? Well, the interior of this car started with that prehistoric milk in the back. The rest of it, well, you're about to see, it's a bit gummy and a bit mank. So let's clean it. So you're thinking straddle instead of like crack? When I drove James's Alpine A110 a couple of years ago, I got some very specific instructions. No snacks, no sweeties, no fizzy drinks, no nothing. I'm pretty sure that down there on the carpet is a very, very off McDonald's chip. And then around it I can see 1, 2, 3 wrappers for chocolate eclairs. I mean, live and let live, and this is his own car. He can use it the way he wants, but I'm just saying. In the front, there's some quite alarming things, especially in the passenger seat. I don't know what else to call that apart from a mysterious white powder that is in the crevice of the seat. Now, I'm pretty sure it is sugar, but what I'm not going to do is dip my pinky in it and find out. I'm just going to hoover that up. And moving on in, cup holders. They've got lots of what looks like dead skin in them. They've probably never been cleaned ever. This little portal here. 2 snack Melton Mowbray pork pies. Now we're getting more James May, but leaving the wrapper in there and in here. A chewed up biro. Where's all that plastic gone? In James May's stomach, probably. We've got a lighter, more biscuit wrappers. Now, if you frequent British motorway services, you will know that that is McDonald's tissue. That probably explains the chip in the back. We'll get rid of that. And then what's that in here? It's a little book. It's his own Honda Poems Ladybird book. Look at that. Do you think he just sits in traffic and reads his own poems? Little Honda, how I love your burble. 90cc, 2 valves only, hasn't got a turbo. Beautiful. Let's clean all this. So that is the Tesla's time at the Cog now finished. The guys are actually currently away filming the Grand Tour and they're not going to be back for 2 weeks. So this car's going to stay here for a bit longer and get 2 jobs done. One is a proper polish all over, and we just started today. And then the second one is getting the wheels refurb. They're getting done at a place called Reinventing the Wheel, just over the road in Tewkesbury. They did Richard's XJR wheels and did such a good job. So hopefully they can rescue those wheels, especially on the passenger side. They are some of the worst curved wheels I've ever seen. So let's cut now to us giving this car back to James in about, 2 weeks' time. James, you're back.
I am back, yes.
How was India?
India, everything that everybody ever says about India is absolutely true. Noisy, colourful, chaotic, exhausting, but pretty wonderful.
Good, good. Well, in all of that time, we've sorted out everything that you've pointed to on your Tesla that was a bit broken, apart from one little thing. But we'll get to that in a bit. You'll be able to see on that side, the main thing, the wheel refurb. Those ones on that side were especially gouged.
They were, yes.
They are now nice and gleaming. And then your big wheel arch bit.
Yes,
that's now sorted.
which you did.
I did not.
Well, your parked Rover did it. Yes, okay.
And then there was the big gouges around the back. We sorted that out. This was Andrew Greenhouse did most of this in like a couple of days. Pretty much all got sanded back and it was all good. One thing I do want to ask about, I sent you a WhatsApp of it. The milk. The milk? In the boot.
Where was it?
It was, you know how there's 2 kind of cubbies that are lower down either side?
Down there?
Yes.
Yes.
It had fallen down into there. And the date on it was Christmas Eve. So do you know what you were doing at Christmas time that would have meant you went out for a thing of milk and you lost
so
it?
the used buy was Christmas Eve?
The used buy, so maybe a couple of days before.
I probably bought, well, when I went to do the big Christmas shop, no, I wouldn't have gone in this car. I'd have gone on a bicycle or a scooter. So it was probably part of a shop that we did on the way back to London, and I didn't notice that it had gone. It's a good job it didn't open, isn't it?
Yes. I'm very surprised. I mean, some had disappeared, but I don't know if milk like condenses down into the bottom.
Ooh, I don't know. Did you try it?
Half of it was gone. It definitely had a smell about it.
Yeah.
Pretty grim.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you found it.
It was okay. Apart from that, we've cleaned most of the car, got rid of the pork pie wrappers. They're all gone now.
That wasn't me.
The one tiny thing that I've realised we've forgotten.
What?
Is that little nick.
Oh, for God's sake.
All I needed was a little toothpick with some paint on it, but we missed that, I'm afraid.
You complete slackers.
We sorted everything else, but, I mean, if you want to send it back, we can sort that out for you.
Oh, yeah, because it's really convenient taking the car back to Wales for someone to go, I'll live with it.
If you want to do a little Halford job on it, you know.
I expect a discount. Have you charged it up?
It's got about half charge because, as you said, it's come from Wales and we're here in Swindon. Do you want to open? Oh, Tesla. There you go.
Thank you.
There's your keys back.
May I drive off into the sunset?
You may. Just one final thing.
Oh.
We all know you've been away doing secret filming for the Grand Tour.
Yes, in Mauritania.
In Mauritania.
Which is not very secret. No.
Describe that filming in one word.
Camping.
Oh, that sounds grim. Okay, safe drive.
Here, thanks.
Thank you. I'll get myself a whisper.
You've moved the seat! God above, how many times?